Okay, this is going to be nesting compositions in After Effects. I'm going to first go new composition like I did before. 1280, 720, 23976, 5 seconds. That's good enough. Black background color. Okay. Layer new solid. I'm going to get a solid that, in this case, 124 by 120 is fine. And I'll make it green. Okay. Boom. Okay. Now I've got this shape. I want to move this shape, and I'm going to go P for position. You should all know the stuff that I'm doing. I'm going to go over here and move it over to here, and then down to here, and then I'll move it straight up, and then I'll have it come all the way over here when I can't see that. I'll have it come down and maybe end in the middle. And I'm going to go here and grab the Bezier curve on this so it kind of goes at a curve. And maybe make this so it kind of goes at a curve here. I'm going to do Command Option and make that a point and have it loop around. Why am I doing this? I don't know. It's just what I'm doing. And it's going to go out of the screen, and then I'll have it come down back into the middle.
Do you not see it when it's like over there?
Okay, so I'm going to watch this go. Yeah, you don't see it. It goes out of the screen. Maybe I'm going to go here and click on this and change these to change the speed of things, is what we looked at before. And you know, I'm just kind of randomly playing with like speed. I'm not even at all actually even looking at what I'm doing. I'm just playing with it to make it do other kinds of speeding up and slowing down kind of stuff, which is kind of lame, but whatever. I'm doing it. Doing it anyway. Okay, and maybe I'm going to do R for rotation, and the same thing. I'm going to make this thing rotating one way, and then I'll make it rotate another way, and rotate this way. Now it's gone. Okay, and then I'll go scale, and I'll have it scaling in weird ways. And I'll hold Shift and P for position, so I could have some of these scale things happen at the same time as some of these other pieces. Maybe I'll bring it down actually. Smash it over to this side, and then make it small, and then make it stay small by clicking this, and then make it get big really quick, and whatever. All right, I just did a random thing. I have it spinning around, and it's doing its thing and getting big and small and whatever it does. Okay. So now I'm going to duplicate this. Pay attention. Command D. So I've got two of them, but they're right on top of each other. You can't see. I did Command D. You could go edit, duplicate also. So you click the layer. I could go edit, duplicate. But so I did one, and now I'm going to stagger it a little bit. Maybe I'll move it so it starts here instead. Oh, look at that. That's kind of an interesting thing. Okay. So now I'm going to go duplicate. I'm going to do another one, and I'll move that. Now, I might want to make sure that I'm doing them at exactly like even intervals. I don't have to do them at even intervals. Command D. So this is just duplicating and staggering layers, which is kind of a fun thing to do. Maybe I want these to be different colors. I could pick this one and say Effect, Color Correction, and I could just go to Color Balance. That will be fine, and change the color of that by dragging that. There are other ways to change the color too. Go Effect, Color Correction, and I could go Change Color. And then I'd have to say I want to change this color. I take this eyedropper and I'm on this layer. Which layer is this? I'm on this layer, so I'd have to say I want to change this color to something different. Lightness, darkness, hue transform. And then I could go to another one and say Effect, I think just the hue saturation one is the easiest. Where'd it go? Hue saturation. Oh, this was a different one. This was like colorized, so I could change the color of something here.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing different ones for each one. Okay, so I've got, now you notice like you only see the first one, then the next one comes in, then the next one, then the next one, and then they're just going like that. Boom,
How
boom,
did you get
boom.
them to change like
Um,
sizes?
How did I change what?
Sizes. Look how like
Scale.
uh-huh.
So I animated the scale. Okay, so, well, I don't know, like, do they all get to the final place? They don't all get to the same place. So I'm going to go composition settings, and I'm going to make this longer. I'm going to make it 10 seconds. So I have them all end up at the same, they're going to all end up back in the middle.
You should make it like the final destination is where it started. So
You make yours that way. I'm making mine this way.
Thanks, bud. You got it.
Okay. Boom. So they're all going to end up back here. Boom, in the middle. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? So now look at this. This is a cool thing. Right now I've got all these things in one composition called Comp 1. Pay attention. I'm going to make a new composition. I'm going to call this one Nest 1. Or Nest, I guess I could just call it Comp 2. It probably comes in Comp 2 already. Comp 2. And what am I going to do with Comp 2? I'm going to put Comp 1 in Comp 2. I nested it in. So there it is. But I could also take Comp 1 and duplicate that. And maybe this one, I'm going to click S for scale. I'm going to unlink this and make this negative 100. I can also drag it, but I'm going to do it that way instead. Oh. So now I got two of them. One of them's on one side and one of them's on the other. And I could take that if I was so, if so, I could make it, you know, maybe I want to make this just instead like half size. So if I actually went, maybe I put one here and one here. I should actually do this over here, scale, and make this like, say I make it 44% and negative 44 and 44. And then line that up in the top and line that up here. Now it's slowing down. You see how After Effects isn't really catching up with everything, but I've got it there. And I could take these two, and I like the way they are, so I'm going to make a new composition. I'll make this one Comp 3. It's the same, and click OK. And I'm going to drag Comp 2 into Comp 3. So that's one thing all there. It's grouped. But I'm going to duplicate that. And maybe this one I'm going to take it and flip it and put it at the bottom. And actually, if I look at scale, I want to make this negative 100 actually. So it's perfectly... Oh, it's not negative 100. Oh. No, it's just that it's negative 100 and 100. It's not 44 because it's... or maybe it's the other way. It's 100 and negative 100. So it's upside down. The 44 is already embedded in that. So now it's like this. So this is kind of a kaleidoscopic symmetry piece just by nesting one composition into another. Okay. Now the final thing that I didn't show you before is how do you save out a project when it's done? So I'm going to go File, Export, Add to Render Queue. So the way After Effects works, it puts everything in a render queue, and in this render queue there are these only really 3 settings that you need to deal with. The first one you're just going to keep at best pretty much all the time, so that's going to be fine. The second one you're going to go here to H264 in Output Module, and the last one you're going to click on this Output 2, and we're going to call it since this is Symmetry, I'll call this Mr. B SYM. And then I'm going to put it on the desktop and click Save and say Render. I click Render right here, and it's going to save that whole project out.
Wait, why'd it go so fast now?
Because it's not playing it back. It was just saving it, and that's how fast it was able to save it.
Frozen took over 5 days to render. Fun fact.
Not surprising. And here is the final piece.
What's with the pixels? pixels?
Where do you, they're only on your screen. Look up. It's just on the network. Okay, so that's how you do this. Let me stop this recording. Did it already stop?
Alex,
Stop screen.